The day Anthropic's Claude code appeared on GitHub, something unusual just happened in the AI world. A repository appeared online, containing what looks like internal architecture, tooling, and structure related to Claude Code, Anthropic's AI coding system. And within hours, developers started digging through it. People on Twitter reacted. And suddenly, everyone began asking the same question. Did Anthropic just leak their own AI infrastructure? Because what surfaced online wasn't just a small snippet. It was an entire structured project. And that's where things get interesting. Let's start with what actually happened. A developer named Sigrid Jean posted on Twitter early in the morning. They said they woke up to their phone exploding with notifications. Their partner in Korea was worried about possible legal action from Anthropic. So what did they do? They quickly ported the project to Python and pushed it publicly. And according to the tweet, the entire thing was written using AI tools, including Codex. That alone raised eyebrows. Because this wasn't just a simple project. This looked like a reimplementation, or possibly a reconstruction, of Claude Code. And soon after, the GitHub repository started spreading across developer communities. When developers opened the repository, they noticed something unusual. The structure looked extremely organized. There was a Python workspace. Files like commands.py, models.py, query_engine.py, tools.py, task.py. This wasn't a random code. This looked like a real system architecture. And then there was the Rust section. A full CLI implementation. Multiple crates. API client. Runtime session. Plugin system. Commands. Server. Tools. Even LSP integration. This isn't the kind of structure you see in hobby projects. This looks like production-level architecture. Or at least something heavily inspired by it. Then there were screenshots. Terminal sessions. Multiple workers running simultaneously. Agent coordination. Background tasks. Structured execution loops. The interface showed something labeled team workers. Session runtime. Task coordination. This suggests multi-agent workflows, which is exactly what companies like Anthropic are currently building. AI agents working together, assigning tasks, completing tasks, communicating between themselves. And what makes this more interesting is that this repository seemed to implement exactly that. But then another piece of information appeared. A report mentioned that power users of Claude Code had already been experimenting heavily with the system. One developer reportedly used 25 billion Claude tokens in a single year. That's an enormous amount of usage. And it suggests something important. Developers weren't just using Claude. They were building systems on top of it. Entire workflows. Automation tools. Agent orchestration. And that's exactly what this leaked repository appears to reflect. Now here's where things become even more interesting. Some developers started comparing Claude Code to other AI coding tools. And the feedback was consistent. Codex was better at reasoning. But Claude Code generated cleaner, more shareable code. Which means Claude Code was optimized for collaboration. For teams. For workflows. Not just for single prompts. And that aligns with what we see in this repository. Multi-agent architecture. Task orchestration. Plugins. CLI interface. Streaming API. This isn't just an AI assistant. This looks like an AI development platform. Then something else happened. People started noticing market reactions. AI companies are extremely sensitive to leaks. Because their competitive advantage is their architecture. Their infrastructure. Their internal workflows. If parts of that become public, competitors learn. Developers replicate. Open source alternatives emerge. And suddenly, your advantage becomes smaller. Briefly after the news spread, charts began showing significant volatility. Sharp movements. Rapid decline. Which often happens when uncertainty appears around AI companies. Because investors understand one thing. AI today is about infrastructure. Not just models. And if infrastructure leaks, that matters. A lot. But here's another important detail. This may not be a direct leak. It could be a reimplementation. A reconstruction. A reverse-engineered system. Which makes the story even more fascinating. Because that means developers are already capable of rebuilding AI workflows. Outside major labs. Outside billion-dollar companies. And that changes the entire landscape. Because AI development is becoming decentralized. Not controlled by just a few companies. But built by thousands of developers. And this is something we've seen before. Every major technology eventually becomes accessible. Cloud computing. Web development. Machine learning. And now, AI agents. Multi-agent systems. Autonomous coding tools. All of it is starting to spread. The repository structure suggests something important. Claude Code may rely on agent coordination, tool calling, task planning, plugin architecture, streaming execution, session runtime. These are the building blocks of future AI systems. Not just chatbots, but autonomous developers. AI that writes code, tests code, improves code, runs commands, coordinates tasks, all automatically. And if developers can already replicate this, then the future is arriving faster than expected. Because once infrastructure becomes open, innovation accelerates. More experiments, more tools, more competition. And that ultimately pushes the entire AI industry forward. So what does this mean? First, AI development is no longer limited to large labs. Second, developers are reverse engineering advanced systems. Third, competition in AI is increasing rapidly. And fourth, the future of AI may be more open than we expected. Was this a leak? A reconstruction? Or just inspiration? One thing is clear. Developers are already building the next generation of AI tools, and the gap between big AI labs and independent developers is getting smaller, very fast. And this might just be the beginning, because if one Claude-like system appears online, more will follow. And when that happens, AI development won't just evolve, it will explode. The AI race just became even more interesting, and we're watching it happen in real time.